Hello everybody, welcome back to season 47 of the Pichu London Ally Better Together series. Today we're here in Canada at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. It is the first race at this track in the series in 20 seasons. One of the few tracks that has been in the very first season of the PLABT series. But it took a 20 season hiatus and now it's back, and all the quirks that go along with it as well. And guess who's on the pole? One of the part-timers in this field, a former champion from the very first season, Matt McMurray, is going to lead the field to the green. Skylar Taylor will be on the front row alongside him. Pace car just hit the wall there, so could be in for a wall ride. I'm not sure if that's a premonition or what, but we could be in for a wall race here today at Montreal. It's always wall at this very track. Always something magical with running at this race track, but we are green here in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. What a start by Skylar Taylor. Gets the run on the 33, takes the lead. Bumping and running his way to the front early on. He's battling a former champion, the very first champion of the series. Ooh boy, they're hitting the wall. Oh no, some cars are hitting the wall now. It's going to be one of the trouble spots in this track. When we ran the mock cup race, by the way, at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, this was one of the trouble spots. But it looks like they're going to get through cleanly. Some drivers hit the wall there early on, but other than that, we're clean. And Nelson Herrera's on pit road before the start of the green flag. So not a good start for the 51 team, already in the pits. And here comes the 33, going to try to take the lead, getting down to the carousel. Does he have a run on the bottom? Trying to get into the brakes, but the 42 gets on the gas, and he goes. And the 42 gets away. The 51 is out of pit road after a really bad start. And sorry if my voice sounds different, still battling like sickness, but I'm going to try to trudge on through. Anyway, the first lap looks like it's going to be led by Skylar Taylor. He's going to take the lead. And there's Igor Barreto right behind him in third. He was the winner at Sonoma last weekend. He's looking to go back-to-back this season. Both would be on road courses. Barreto's win puts him in the playoffs, and right now Alexander Rowe is out of the playoffs. Actually sits 2 points behind the top 12 winners. Again, a reminder, top 12 winners are in the playoffs on points. And then it goes to the three highest drivers in points without a win. The last spot is reserved for the highest finishing driver in the in-season tournament, which will actually start after the next race. Not after this race, after the next race we will start the in-season tournament. It'll be the first one the PLABT series has ever run. But for now, we're enjoying the good old sights here at Montreal. Allison Rain and John Andrews were in the pits. And another driver's in the pits, Edith Cardoza. I'm not sure what's going on with those drivers, with those two, but yeah, not so good. And now they're rolling the 51 as the leader. This is like a weird quirk that they've had at this track, and unfortunately they never fixed it. And they have like the cars that were like on pit road be marked as the leader, which I don't know why they do that. It's so weird. Like the 51 shouldn't be marked as the leader right now. It's the 42. So please ignore the scoreboard right now. I'm going to have to see if I can take the 51 into the pit road, and that way he would be marked as the leader. So yeah, 51 has to go to the pits again because he was marked incorrectly as the race leader when he was just on pit road at the start of the race, so realistically should not take the lead. And well, we're going to have to try to fix that. Yeah, I'm not sure why this track has that glitch, but we're going to keep racing anyway. There's Daniel Bouchard, another one of the open entries this weekend. One of the home drivers out of Canada. And I think Matt McMurray's also from Canada as well, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, the 5 UZXL is going to try to pass Ron Marvila. Gets around him on the corner. Gets around him in that corner, gets a run, and is able to gain a position, but not by much. He is really in the back right now. Not off to a good start. 15 is still on pit road. It's a bad day for Rick Ware overall, as the 51 car had to be in the pits to start the race, and now the 15 is stuck on pit road for an unspecified problem. 48 and 17 both went to the pits. Had unscheduled pit stops. So right out of the gate, a lot of bizarre moves going on with those drivers, and now the 51 has to pit. Of course, he was serving a penalty or something like that, because he's ruled as the leader erroneously and should not be marked as the race leader. So I'm sure that the drivers will catch up to him, definitely, and then he'll... Oh, wait, he's coming out of the pits. Yeah, wow, okay. He'll be marked as the leader. He'll lead this lap. So Skylar Taylor, I don't think, has led a lap today because of this glitch. Oh boy, if he gets in front of the leaders, and he might have to go into pit road again. And he's going to be out of the pit road before the leaders catch up to him. So, yeah, can't have that. So, yeah. Oh wait, I put the wrong command in. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's gonna have to serve it. He's gonna have to go to pit road again, so that he's not marked as the leader. So that, yeah, this happens at this particular track. I'm not sure why that's the case, but he's not the leader. The 42 is. So right now, surprisingly, Skylar Taylor has not been marked as a lap led so far. It's kind of weird. I know it's bizarre, but I'm not sure why that just happens. I don't know why it happens at this track. Anyway, we have a battle for position between Matt Gomes and Giovanni Castillo. Gomes on the outside. He's got that road course experience running in his native country of Brazil. And he's going to get by Castillo. He got by on the outside. Impressive run by that 34. Couple cars in the grass there are getting used to the track in Montreal. We had some veterans that have known a thing or two about this exact particular track, including Isaiah Bernesh and Samet Oskan. They've run here many times at Montreal. So I think the 51 is going to have to go to the pits again so that they allow the 42 to lead a lap. And he's on the very back of the pit stall, so everybody should be able to pass him. And they do. So they're going to pass him right now. And the 42 is the leader. But he might be coming out of pit road quickly before it cycles out. It looks like he's going to be... Well, actually, it looks like he's going to be on pit road until everybody gets through. So that's the right thing to do. And now Skylar Taylor is the leader. So I think I had a race once, by the way, where the driver that came out of pit road was marked as the leader. And I had to change the results out because of it. So I obviously don't want that to happen again. So this time, though, we had to take like steps in order to ensure that the right leader, the correct leader, is marked. Skylar Taylor has a bit of a margin, though, over the second place car. Now we have a battle between Ian Chavez and JP Lataro. Lataro, also from Brazil, also has experience on the road courses as well, along with his brother LG. Ooh, a little tight there. Ooh, Chavez trying to get a run on the 22 and gets by him. Oh man, 22 got in the grass, and that's all the 99 needed to get by him. Ooh. Not even the expert at road course drivers can be... Not all of them are flawless, but... Oh, 41 just got by 22. No, the 10 car, I'm sorry, it was the 10 of Harukin Kolungalu that got by the 22 JP Lataro. So Lataro lost 2 positions as he got into the grass. And he couldn't hang on. This track this track is not as easy as it looks. A lot of tight corners, very slow speeds. So got to really be careful on where to turn. And this track has had some pretty bizarre races over the years in the PLABT series. And it's the first time they're hosting a race here in over 20 seasons. Well, they're staying put right now, but they might be starting to make moves near the end of the race. They're just getting used to the track. Oh, and now there's a spin. Zachary Fitzwater's around. Zachary Fitzwater just got turned. And the 14 might have gotten a piece of it. His teammate got a piece, and that will probably bring out the caution. And it will, for the first time today. Zachary Fitzwater turned in the S's, and that'll bring out a caution. Here comes McMurray. Gonna get one more chance at the lead before they get to the caution. Gonna go on the bottom. Does he have a run? Oh, no, he does not. He does not have a run. That corner is really tough to get into the accelerator on the bottom lane for some reason, but Skylar Taylor looks like he's going to keep the lead under caution. And the 42 is going to hang on to be out in front when the yellow flag hits. Well, 51 never got out of pit road. I'm not sure why that's the case. But the 42 is going to lead us back to the caution flag. And we'll have to take another look at what happened with Zachary Fitzwater, who got turned around. Even the veterans, even the legends who had experience at road courses are having some trouble. We saw JP Lataro struggle on one of the corners, losing 2 positions, and now Zachary Fitzwater gets turned around and brings out a caution. Let's take a look at what happened to the 4. Alrighty guys, let's see what brought out this caution. As you see the 9 in front, Nathan Ormond, that's the white and blue car. Guess he got too tight on the corner. Zachary Fitzwater was trying to take advantage, trying to get by the 9, but the 9 just slams right into the 4 and goes into the wall and pushes him, and the 4 is spun. I think the car that spun was the 77 Stewie Moore, and that's how the 4 got turned around. It's a very tight corner. The S's are very tight, and there's not a lot of room for passing here at this exact part location. And Fitzwater was trying to take advantage of the miscue by the 9, but it just wasn't able to judge the space. And the 4 gets turned. So that's what brought out the first caution of the race. And now let's get back to the restart. Welcome back to Montreal. Let's see if any drivers take pit stops. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be taking the pit stop early on. So they're going to stay out wisely. And the next lap, they'll be going for the restart. So Skylar Taylor's going to be the race leader still when we get back to green flag racing in the very next lap. So hang on tight, and because stage 1 ends on lap 10, looks like there'll be 2 more laps to go before the end of the stage when we get back to green. And looks like 1 car has chosen to pit. No, 2 have chosen to pit. Daniel Bouchard, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., but Fitzwater was one that got damaged from the last caution. Andrews is out, and now Daniel Bouchard goes to pit. So those are the drivers that pitted, and now we'll get to the restart very soon. Here we go, back to the green flag with 2 laps to go in stage 1. See who gets the better run between Matt McMurray and Skylar Taylor. Taylor got it better last time. He gets too tight. And McMurray gets by to the lead again. 33 is in front. 3 wide in the middle with LG Lataro, Isaiah Bernesh, and the 99 Ian Chavez, and getting tight. They're getting loose, and now they're spinning, and Chavez is around. Chavez went around, and a few more cars taken out as well. They were going 3 wide in that corner. There was no room. And Chavez goes around. And more cars go around with him. It was going to be a very tight corner. And so this will be the end of stage 1. And there's still 3 wide in the middle now with Allison Rain. But she has to back off. Oh boy. What a restart. And a race back to the line. This will be the end of stage 1. And Matt McMurray looks like he's going to take the stage win away as a part-timer. He's just going for a win, trying to get back to victory lane as a former champion. And it looks like Matt McMurray's going to make it through and is going to win the first stage here in Montreal. He's going to hang on for the stage win here in Canada in his track. And there it is. Stage 1 ends with a stage win by Matt McMurray. And so now let's take a look at what brought out this caution. Alright, let's take a look at what brought the yellow flag. It was a 3-wide bout. It was Isaiah Bernesh, LG Lataro, and Ian Chavez. And Chavez had no room. He had to take a run on the rumble strips and just got a little disoriented probably. Bernesh was trying to get by Lataro, and then they both hit the wall. And there you see the 99 getting really loose and trying to avoid the contact. And there you see it on the bottom, Harukin gets a contact with the 41, I believe, and then gets right into the corners, just didn't see the grass, and gets really loose, and Chavez gets turned around. Just couldn't see the grass below it, and he gets really loose and spins, and Matt Hunter was also taken out as well. 31 car, that is Dylan Abrahamian, also in the grass, and that's the other car that was slow. And the 41, that is Casey Hoyt, getting into a wreck. So a couple cars spin, and I think that was because Chavez was 3 wide in the middle, in that next to the lane, was in the grass, could not see where he was on the grass, and just slipped, lost the grip, and he just got turned. But Chavez able to continue the race, so that's why the caution came out, and that ended the stage, and Matt McMurray's your stage winner. So we're about to get the green flag soon for the start of stage 2. Welcome back to Montreal. Handful of cars have chosen to pit. Top 2 have stayed out, but Bernesh, Francis, and several others have elected to take their pit stop. And Francis is the first one out of pit road. So the 7 is the first to go out of the pits, along with Priya McShane. And there you see the 9, Nathan Ormond, also out of pit road. So different strategies for everybody, and we'll see who will have the best one of them all to get him to the victory. But McMurray and Taylor are staying out on older tires, so we'll see if that pays off for them at the end. About to get the restart for stage 2. And here we go, the restart coming up to start stage 2, and we are back to green. Oh, he's wasting no time. Skylar Taylor gets the jump. Wasted no time getting that big jump on his own. Now they're saying 71's the leader. That's not right. Man, this happens. This always happens, man. And they're having him serve the penalty. I mean, wow, this always happens. Nearly 3 wide again. Oh no, Oscon gets into the wall. Lataro's spinning. Hard hit. That's been one of the trouble spots for these drivers today. And Lataro gets spun and turned. He's trying to get by the 11, but he gets turned around. Wow. My goodness. What a race this has become. But the 16, though, is going to take the lead. No, 16 is going to take second. Taylor's hanging on to the lead. Here comes a 16 on the outside. Gonna get a run. This is for the lead. Racing back to the line. Does Barreto have the run? And he's not gonna get there. And Taylor hangs on. Skylar Taylor hanging on. Hangs on to the race lead. Skylar Taylor is out in front. And the 42 takes the lead again, racing back to the caution once more. Going to the king for the final corner, but Taylor hangs on and hangs on to the race lead he does. 42 will be out in front again unless he takes the pit stop on this very next lap. So we'll have to take a look at what brought the caution out. Let's take a look at the caution, and it was 3 wide with Salmon Oscon, JP Lataro, and the 24. It just wasn't a good idea. There you see that Oscon got contact with that 24. 22 was trying to avoid the wreck, and then he just slows down too quickly and gets turned around. It's right in the way of his teammate. And he'll... Damn, excuse me. 22 gets turned. So that's what brought out the caution again here in Montreal. 22 gets spun right in the middle of the track. So that's the caution. Let's get back to the green. Welcome back to the race, and now drivers are pitting. The leaders have chosen to pit. Alright, so the leaders have come to the pits now. We knew that they were going to pit at some point. So they're going to take their pit stop now at the halfway point of the race. And the 42 is out of pit road first, but Matt McMurray has a problem and a slow pit stop, and he's going to lose a ton of positions. Wow, the 33 had a really bad stop, and he's going to lose a ton of spots. Herrera stays out. I'm not sure if he's going to be marked the leader. Probably not, but Skylar Taylor is going to be the leader when we get back to the green. We're about to get to the green flag again between Skylar Taylor and Igor Barreto. Here we go to the green again. Oh, Barreto gets the jump. He gets the run. And Barreto takes the lead. And here comes Harukin Kolungalu. He gets the second. What a move by that 10. What a run by that 10 car. Gets a big run. 33 going to battle with the 2. Oh, going to get in the wall. And now he spins the 1. And Rich Roy's turned. Now the 2 is turned as well. And McMurray himself spins. Massive wreck here. Biggest wreck we've seen today. Oh my. Matt McMurray. Just a disastrous stage 2 for the 33. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. That was a crazy restart. That was the craziest we've had in this race today. And now the 10 is in the lead, and Kolungalu takes the lead. 10 car takes the lead, almost missed it, so I had to go back a bit. And there you see, look at that, 16 gets a bad run in the corner, and the 10 takes advantage and goes to the front. Kolungalu takes the lead. What a run, what a move there in stage 2. Wow, Kolungalu, who would have thought, is the leader. And he'll head back to the caution as the race leader for now. Not even going to show you a replay of the last wreck. We've seen so many wrecks so similar earlier today. Kolungalu takes the lead. They're going to race back between 14 and 54. The 14 gets by. 14 able to get ahead, and the rest of the pack will follow thereafter as well. So the caution's out again, and Harukin is the leader. We'll see if he'll keep the lead at the restart. And welcome back, and he will keep the lead of the restart. The 10 of Harukin Kolungalu out in front right now against Igor Barreto. Skylar Taylor drops down to third. So now it's another restart coming up. Harukin just came out on fire in that last stage. Will he hang on to win the second stage? Here we go. Green flag back out. Oh, Barreto gets the run. He takes the lead. And now it's a battle. Quentin Moore and Harukin Kolungalu. And look at the 14 getting second the same way his teammate did earlier. LG Lataro in the third. Oh, he had to slow down. He had to back off. He had to slow down because he was in the grass. He nearly got into the wall. Another car went up in the wall there. Oh no. Oh no, the 20 gets turned. Oh, the 20 got turned right. The 41, I think, got right into the 10. To the 20, sorry, the 20. Oh, man. A lot of wrecks going on that corner. My goodness, it's just been so tough for these drivers to avoid wrecking each other in that particular corner. It's just so tough. Barreto takes the lead. And now here comes Quentin Moore. Gonna try to take it before the caution, before they race to the caution. Gonna go into the carousel. Side by side now. Barreto got the run on the outside. He's gonna get away. Barreto gets away and keeps the lead. a wreck-filled second stage here in Montreal, and Barretto this time will be the leader to the caution. A lot of wrecks going on here today, and that's something we'd expect from a bizarre track like this one. It always delivers, man. Barretto's going to lead to the caution. And now we'll get back for the restart soon. And here we go, folks. Going to be back for the restart. Second stage, by the way, ends on lap 24, so caution more to come out the very next lap. Not sure how they'll mark down the end of the stage. So, here we go. Onto the green flag again in Montreal. And Igor Barretto, Quentin Moore on the front row, and we are back to racing. And now the 14 with a run. Not sure what's up with that run on the outside. That's been the better line. Yeah, it's probably better to be second on restarts like these. And now the 16 loses another spot. He's now third. I don't know what that is, but the outside seems to work. Oh, Arukin trying to get into the 7. Now the 21 is loose. Oh, another car loose, and they're going to save it. I don't know if anybody spun from that one. I don't think they did. They're going to stay green. Everybody finally got through that cleanly. That was the first time in a while that anybody had gone through that turn cleanly. Oh my goodness. This probably will end with a few laps here in stage number 2, but another stage break caution will be out in a few laps though, so this won't be a long green flag run. Now the 23 is going to go try to get by the 6 of Michel Anderson. Alexander Rose in that 23 stands 2 points below the cut line among race winners. So another win. He might need another win to get himself in the playoffs. If Barretto wins again, he's going to be in the playoffs guaranteed. He will join Cullen France as the only 2-time winners in this season. Quentin Moore's trying to get on the board, maybe knock another winner out of playoff contention. And Barretto's going to take second place. Third place now with Harukin Kolungalu against Skylar Taylor. Here comes Kolungalu. Gets a run. Going for second. He's going to get by. And he's in second place now. Big run there for the 10 car. Now he's going to try to get his teammate. It's been a really up and down day for the Stewart-Haas team in this race. Saw Zachary Fitzwater and Casey would get into wreckage, and now the other 2 teammates are battling against each other for the lead. Allison Rain on the pits. Edith Cardozo-Marville on pit road. Rain gets out of pit road though. Won't get in front of the leaders, definitely. Will stay out of the leaders' way. But the 14 hangs on for now for the lead. It's just not been a great season for Quentin Moore so far, but he hopes to change that in this race in Montreal. He hopes to finally win and get himself in the playoffs. And Quentin Moore's had multiple wins at this point in the past seasons he's competed in, but this season, surprisingly, hasn't won yet. And he's hoping to change that, looking to start up a new run, a new rally. If he hangs on to win this thing, he's still got one more stage to go through, though, but a stage 2 win would be something. To try to hold off his teammate, but he's got to hit his marks right. See, now these drivers not been able to hit every mark here today. Now Marville is out of pit road, and it's going to be a problem for the leaders. If he gets right in front of the leaders, it's going to be a problem. For now, they have enough distance, though. So I think they should be good. With a 14 out in front still, he's got a bit of a cushion over his teammate. Caution comes out at this point and will end the stage early like what happened in the first stage. 17 and the 9 ballot out. The 9 able to hold off for now. 9 able to hold off, but we'll see if anybody else will stay clean. Ooh, one car got loose. Oh no, 38 has spun with JP Latar, Nick Salmon, and Isaiah Bernash, and that's going to end the stage early. Wow. Harukin's got one more chance here on the top line. One more chance to get by his teammate. See if he can get by him on the carousel. Gonna need some good braking here. He's gonna need to get a good line here and a good shot, but he's not gonna get it. He won't get there. Quentin Moore's gonna win stage 2 if he hangs on. Stage 2 ends a lap early again, and now looks like the 14 Quentin Moore's gonna hold off. He'll be the stage 2 winner, racing back to the line, holding off his own teammate. Oh, the teammate was trying to get by him. One more chance. It's not going to be there. And the 14 gets stage 2. Quentin Moore takes the second stage win. Boy, a lot of battles going on. Holy cow. But anyway, stage 2 is about to begin soon, so keep it right here for the start of stage 3. I mean, sorry, I should say stage 3, the final stage. We're going to be running to the finish. Okay, we're back to the green flag here with just 15 laps to go. It's going to be a run to the finish here at Montreal. And we are back to green flag racing, and here we go again. Harukin and Quentin Moore battling for the lead, and the 10 gets the run. 10 gets a jump here. He needs it over his teammate. Leaps around, and he is back in front. Rowe's in 4th. Rowe has moved up to 4th. Barretto's to 3rd. Here comes Castillo. With Quentin with a 7 car battling it out. They're getting loose. Got real loose. The 12 is loose. Really loose. He got hit in the wall. 34 as well. Oh, man. Took a really hard lick there. They'll stay green. My goodness, these guys are going for everything. They're going for every position. Trying to make something work. Trying to make magic work. Oh, man. Tough, real tough race for these guys here. Harukin takes the lead. Here comes the 23 Alexander Rowe. Will Rowe be able to get by the 16? He's not going to do it here. But he'll have to hang on against the 43. And he can be very aggressive. Herrera's off pit road again. And Cardoza, well, that 15 has been on pit road for most of the race. Don't think they're going to be able to get by, to get out and even get some laps in. But that's just a tough day for Cardoza. I thought I mentioned Cardoza's only win last season came on a road course at Sonoma. Harukin Kolungalu out in front with 14 laps to go. But I would not be surprised if we get another caution. It has been a wreck-filled race. It's had some drama back and forth. And I would not be surprised if we get another caution soon. But, man, it's just been one of those races. They've been fighting tooth and nail for this one. For most of them, it's their first time racing here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And now teammates are battling 1-2. So who will be out in front among the teammates between Quentin Moore and Harukin Kolungalu? Bit of a battle here between the 60 and the 24. 60, by the way, is driven by Van Tracy Battle, another one of the part-time cars in this field. And I think there was one part-timer. That's Cassie Reynolds. There he is. Cassie Reynolds is 17th right now. And he was the winner at Mexico City as a part-timer. Looks like he's not going to win Montreal this time with the damage he has on his hood. But Reynolds was trying to go for a win in both Mexico and Canada in the same season. Don't think anybody has ever done that in PLABT Series history, to win both in Mexico and Canada in the same year. don't think anybody's ever done that, from my knowledge. But Reynolds, though, did win in Mexico. Teammates Ebrahimian won Kansas. And Igor Barreto just won last week at Sonoma. So Kaulig now has all three of their entries, 2 full-time, 1 part-time, have at least 1 win. Each won a race. But the 2 full-timers are in playoff contention for now. But that could change, though, if we have more winners coming in that are higher in points. And if Harukin looks to win and get himself in the playoffs, he's looking to win and get himself in. Still 13 laps to go. I think this is the longest green flag run we've had here today. Chris Leon off pit road. He had to go to the pits. Barreto in 3rd place. So he has a good chance that he could go back to back. And both wins would be on road courses. 10 got really a bad run that corner. 14 has an opportunity to pass him. Here he comes with a bottom. Does he get the run? I don't know if it's going to be enough. 14 trying to get the run. He's not going to get there. He will not be able to make that pass. Always tough to make a pass on that carousel. Those on the brakes can never get that speed that they need to get around. That's a tough place to pass. See some overtakes from time to time in that corner, but only if they have the perfect amount of speed and brake. So never easy to make a pass on that carousel corner. Now there's only 12 laps to go, a dozen laps here in Montreal, but they're a very long one. And he knows he's got his teammate right behind him. Knows he can't afford a mistake again because his teammate's going to be ready to pounce. He and Quentin Moore are both battling to win and get themselves in the playoffs. There's no guarantee that now it's not a guarantee anymore that a win will put him in the playoff contention. Yeah, it's no longer a guarantee that a win will put him in playoff contention. But the 10 is trying to make the most of this opportunity. Now 24 going to go on the bottom. He's going to try to get by the 7 of Cullen Francis. France is the only driver with 2 wins this season. Surprising. But he is a former champion after all. Surprising, though, that we've only had 1 driver lock themselves in with more than 1 win this season. That's Cullen Francis, a former champion. But very surprising that we don't have more multiple winners at this point. But that makes things interesting. That makes the playoff field very interesting now. And it's all about wins. 14 gets another opportunity. The 10 missed his corner again, but 10 is going to get that run on the carousel, as we mentioned earlier. He's able to take advantage of the run on the carousel. The 10 able to hold off. But 10, no, he can't make a mistake. If he makes another mistake again, that 14 is going to pounce, man. Coming to 11 laps to go. I mean, that 14 has been one of the phenoms of this field, Quentin Moore, with a handful of wins in just a few seasons that he's competed in this series. And he looks to win back again. A lot of cars with damage, by the way. Nobody has retired from this race, I thought I might add. We've had a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks, but there still hasn't been a driver out of the race yet. So somehow they've been able to keep on running. Well, most of them, I would say, been able to keep on running, but a struggle to continue with a lot of damage. Yeah, there's Reynolds right there. As mentioned, we were in Mexico and it came down to 3 overtimes to decide the winner. Reynolds able to hang on and win that race, a thriller. But Montreal, though, we'll see if this happens again. Matt McMurray was out in front early on, but struggled since then. He's now down to 19th. He has no hood on. He was one of those that wrecked out earlier. Looks like that 10 car this time, though, was able to get a good run on that corner. That's just been his weakest corner of the entire race. And I'm sure he's learned from that now. He's going to try to hang on for the win. But we don't know if they're going to last. We don't know if they're going to have to take another pit stop later this race. They do take another stop. That's going to create a whole new level of strategy. For now, they stay out of it for 10 laps to go. If a caution comes out, though, I'm sure a lot of strategies will be put to the test. 43's in the pits, by the way. James Richardson on pit road. I think Richardson's the highest driver in points without a win this season so far. That'll probably change after Richardson has to go to the pits then. Yeah, he's down to 37th, so that's probably going to change now. But it's going to be a big battle between the non-winners. Now you don't have to win to get in the playoffs anymore in this series. Highest 3 non-winners are in the playoffs, and the 12 highest winner with at least 1 win in points, they are in the playoffs. And the last spot, of course, highest finisher in the in-season tournament that has otherwise not yet qualified. 51 is there. Well, I don't think they're going to be approaching the 51 though. Don't think they're going to get to him in time. But the 10 car has been trying to hang on. He's been able to hang on to that lead. A little bit of a gap between him and the second place car, his teammate Quinn Moore. And if caution comes out, though, this is going to be interesting, because those in the outside lane, though, they've gotten the better restarts most of the time. And would you prefer to be first or second? That's the question. If there's another restart, there's always a potential of another caution at a track like this. Had a lot of wrecks going in stage 2, in fact, and even at the end of stage 1. Ton of wreckage. 9 laps to go here in Montreal, and Igor Berto's right behind Quinn Moore. This could help out the 10 in some way if the 14 has to defend the 16. But 1 car out of pits, and the 43 just came out of pit road. Not going to get into the leaders, but will get in the way of some of these guys competing to get inside the top 5. Right into the S's right now in the corner. And now looks like Richardson able to blend in well, but Alexander Rowe's going to be a little bit of trouble for him to get by. Top 3 looks like it's going to be a 3-car battle now. 3-car battle for the win. All with interesting stories, as Arukin's looking to get his first win in the PLABT series, put his name among those that could contend for a playoff berth. A win doesn't guarantee you in the playoffs anymore. Oh, 10 took a bad bump on that corner, but he had a bit of a gap before he took that bad bump. But is that going to cost him later on? Is that going to slow him down later on when he needs to get back to speed? That corner has been his weakest corner for the 10, but he's able to build up a lead and trying to hang on. But who knows what can happen after that? 9 laps to go. Oh, and now looks like the 14 is going to pit. 14 comes to the pits now. So does this mean that it could be the start of green flag pit stops, or does the 14 have to pit early? Well, 14 has to come to the pits. This is interesting. 8 laps to go here at Montreal. So is the 14 waiting for something to happen, or is there something wrong with that 14 car? Well, we don't know yet. These guys come to the pits next lap. Could be something. Could be a race to the finish on strategy. 14 out of the pits. Ian Chavez, Edith Cardoza are on pit road. Cardoza's been on pit road for almost the start of the race, but Chavez went to the pits early. Chavez had to repair damage he had sustained earlier. Got caught up in a wreck earlier in the race, and now he's just trying to pick it up, trying to pick up where he left off. Berto's in second, by the way. He can try to pounce on the 10, so he's not out of the woods yet. He's got a veteran in Igor Berto right behind him. And Berto won last week at Sonoma, so he's got that momentum on his side. Could make it back-to-back wins if he plays his cards right. Seven laps to go at the stripe. Will these guys take their pit stops? And here we go. The 10 is going to stay out. So it looks like the 14 might have had a problem. Tough break for Quinn Moore. So that it must have been a tough break for Quinton Moore in that 14. He was running in second place against his teammate. Then something goes wrong. 14 has to make that pit stop. That's just unfortunate for that 14 car. They've been trying so much to win again this season, to try to win, put him back in the playoffs, but Moore's just struggle now, and his struggles will continue. Unless, though, these cars in front of him decide to pit. That could still happen. 7 to go. 45, though, that's Ryan Durante right in the back, also with major damage. Looks like Rich Roy has to be in the pits for a while. Rich Roy's going to have to be on pit road for a while. There must have been more than we more than we thought. There's still a gap between the 10 and the 16. But never say never, though. '23 got off to a rocky start there on that corner. It looks like he should be able to hang on to James Richardson. Richardson's down a lap. I wonder if the 43 is gonna let the 42 by him. Yeah, he should let him by him. His teammates right behind, going for a race win in 4th. So, well, we'll see if that'll happen, or is he going to be able to? Otherwise, he might not be able to. There's not really a lot of opportunities to like slow down and try to get back into the swing. Now with 6 to go here at Montreal. The laps tick down, but the 10 car's still out in front. Harukin been so close this season. Second, third. I think he's finished every top 5 position but first this season. He's been that close to winning the race. Just never been able to quite deliver. He's hoping today is the day. But if he has to come to pit road in a few laps, he's got to hope to save fuel and try to make it to the end. It's all about fuel mileage, by the way, in Mexico as well. It happened in Mexico, and Cassie Reynolds was lucky enough to be in front and win the race. '42 is going to try to get by the 43 the old-fashioned way. That 43 gets by the 23, might be a chance for the 42 to pounce. Don't count out Skylar Taylor just yet. Had to back off a bit there because he was just too slow exiting the corner. He had to back off. When they hit the start, there'll be 5 laps to go. 5 more laps around for the 10 of Harukin Kolungalu. Gotta wonder if he's going to have enough fuel to finish this race. Because we've seen drivers pit at the very end in several of these races when they had long green flag runs. And a caution could change everything. There's Clark McKee running in 6th position. And Tracy Battle with impressive run in his return, a former champion as well, in 7th. Zachary Fitzwater's made a comeback. He spun earlier in the race. And now he's come all the way back to be in 8th position. Impressive comeback for that number 4 car. I mean, he knows how to do comebacks, so he is a legend in this sport. Zachary Fitzwater Sr., he knows how to come from behind and make something work. He's running a top 10 race right now. Here, after spinning out early, there's the caution. With 4 to go, there's the caution flag. And somebody got spun. And we knew that a caution like that was going to come out eventually. And with 4 laps to go, it's going to set up a wall finish here in Montreal. going to be a wall finish for the ages here in Montreal. And he knows it. The 10 car knows it. So the question is, will they stay out at this point, or will they try to stretch it to the end? Because it could have multiple overtimes in this race, and it could come down to the finish, like what we saw in Mexico. But the caution is out with 4 to go, and now it's gonna be decision time for these leaders. And I'm sure the 10 did not want to see a yellow, but now he's gonna have to face another restart. So let's take a look at what brought out this caution. So this is what brought out the yellow flag. Matt McMurray was just having a bad race, and now it got worse. Gets right into the 2 of Priya McShane, and the 2 gets turns down to 33. Gets into the wall. McMurray spins, and that's what brought out the caution, with setting up a dash to the finish here in Montreal. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to the finish. But here we go, folks. 2 laps to go in Montreal. But it might not be the last restart of the day. Harukin Kulungulu and Igor Barreto going to battle for the win here. Let's see who gets the better jump. Here we go, onto the green flag. Back out again with 2 laps to go. See who's got the run. Right now the 10 has the edge. 16 has the back, though. And 16 gets the run. He takes the lead. Barreto's in front. Barreto gets the jump. He takes the lead away. 2 to go. Cars are in the wall. Oh, 77, the 9 in the wall. And there's the caution again. There will be overtime. I don't know why they're slowing down now. They say the 15's the leader? No, 16 should be the leader. He is the leader. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh no, they're still going fast. The race to the line now. I thought there was something wrong. There was a glitch, but apparently they're going to race back to the line. 16 of the 10 ballot out. We're going to have overtime here in Montreal. Barreto gets away. Barreto takes the lead. Going to lead us to the caution. We'll have overtime here in Montreal. Will we get one overtime finish or more? Multiple ones. We'll have to wait and see. There goes Barreto. It's going to lead us back to the caution flag. And it's going to set up a restart here in Montreal. Overtime coming up in Canada. Wow, what a race this become, folks. It's almost like Mexico. Now it's going to be coming down to overtime. You don't want to miss this finish. Alrighty, guys, here we go. 2 laps to go in overtime. Everybody took their pit stop for tires and fuel. They're not running out this time. But it's Harukin Kulungulu and Samit Ozkan, believe it or not, on the front row. Ozkan out of pit road first, and then Kulungulu came out after that. Barreto in row number 2. But the green flag waits for overtime. Here we go. And the 10 takes advantage and in the lead. 10 goes out in front already. Cars out of pit road. This could create more chaos, though. Colin France is up to second. Harukin Kulungulu is out in front for now. Barreto hanging on. Let's see if everybody gets through the corner cleanly. I don't know. Oh, one car's loose. And they're spinning. The 17 went around. 14's up in the wall again. 45 spins too. There'll be another overtime. We will do it again. Harukin in lead with Colin France behind him in second. Oh my goodness, this is going to happen again. We're going to have another overtime. Francis looks low, but he's going to try to save it though. Oh boy, we're going to have another overtime finish again here in Montreal. The second overtime coming up at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. 10 car gets away. Gets out of the front. He's in front again. And Arukin takes the lead again, but he's going to have to go through another restart. And Zachary Fitzwater right behind him, though, inside the top 5. Barretto's still 5th. They can still make an impact here today. And Arukin takes the lead, but he'll have to face off another restart. Second overtime coming up in Montreal. Oh, you don't want to miss this one. And Arukin's not going to make it. He's going to have to take a pit stop. And Colin Francis takes the lead. A heartbreaker for the 10 team. Takes the pit stop. They didn't have enough fuel to finish. Oh, just heartbreaking. Wow. But the 7 is in the lead for now. And they'll be restarting with the second overtime coming up in Canada. But heartbreak for the 10. He has to come to the pits. A heartbreaker for Harukin, who was leading in the first overtime. My goodness. Now the 7 takes the lead under the caution. Colin Francis, though, looking to be the first to win 3 races this season. Francis is the only one with even more than 1 win in season 47. But my goodness, what a race has become. Just wow. I mean, it's just crazy all around. Zachary Fitzwater right now going to move up to 2nd. Barretto's up to 3rd. Oh, 48 is very slow. 48 stalls on the track. I don't think they're going to get it going right out of the gate. 48 has to go to the pits. Oscon's on pit road. All these drivers couldn't get out of the pits. Oh, man. I think they slowed up. Oh boy, this is a bizarre race now. This is going to be almost like Mexico. Oh boy. We're in for a wild one. We're in for a ride here. A big finish coming up here in Canada. This is going to be something to watch. My goodness. Colin Francis right now is marked as the leader. And Zachary Fitzwater will start alongside him on the front row. So this is going to be the restart for the second overtime coming up here at Montreal. And they're going to get set for the restart now with Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Colin Francis. 2 veterans who have competed this track many times before are both battling for the race win here today. After the 10 car had to come to the pits under caution, Oscon got out of pit road. But heartbreak for the 10 in the middle of the pack. He was so close to a race win. He could still win this race if he's able to get if everything works out in his favor, but it's a long shot. But there could be more than one. Again, we could have another overtime here. There's a chance that we might have more than 2 overtimes in this race. Mexico, as I mentioned, came down to 3 overtimes, and the race at Gateway came down to 4 overtimes. So this race might not be over after this restart. Could be in for a wild ride with 2 laps to go. Back again in Montreal, the second overtime attempt here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Here we go, folks. Back to green flag racing between Zachary Fitzwater and Colin Francis. We're back to green. 4 car gets the jump. He's got the run. 4 cars in the lead. Cars are coming out of the pits. Why do they have the 34 come out of pit road? Clark McKee just moved to 2nd. Oh, he gets right into the 7. Right into the wall. Oh, now 66 gets turned and they're spinning again. Daniel Bouchard around, he spun. And it will come down to another restart. There's going to be a 3rd overtime here in Montreal. You have got to be kidding me. They didn't even mark they marked the top 3 as the leaders. I've never seen that before. Holy cow. Clark McKee, Zachary Fitzwater, Clark McKee gonna battle it out. And Fitzwater trying to get the run on the 24. Ooh. Nearly gets him. And Zachary Fitzwater's gonna hang on. He's gonna lead us to the caution again. And we'll have another restart. This will be the third overtime attempt of the race. Oh my gosh. This race is something. My goodness. So another restart coming up here at Montreal. Zachary Fitzwater now marked the leader. Please ignore the top 4 ahead of them. They're all a lap down. So they should not be marked as the leader. We'll have another overtime attempt coming up. Alrighty guys, in a bizarre sequence of events, cars slowed up. I mean, they can't handle that much overtime. I knew something like that was going to happen, so Zachary Fitzwater had to come to the pits. Look at all these drivers on pit road. Barretto's in the pits. McKee's in the pits. Fitzwater, I don't even see him. I think Fitzwater's out. Yeah, Fitzwater just came out of pit road, but he's going to have to restart in the back. This is crazy. This is bizarre. I mean, this is just like a race unlike any other. By the way, Matt Gomes is a lap down, so I'm not sure why they put him in the front. And Michelle Anderson too, so I don't know what's going on now at this point. But they're ruling. They have marked Harukin Kolungulu as the leader. So third overtime coming up, and we might not be done here in Montreal. If there's another wreck, it'll come down to a fourth overtime. It'll be tying for the longest amount of overtimes in a race ever in the series history with Gateway, which was run a couple races ago. Here we go. I don't know what to expect here in this overtime attempt, but we're going to go green anyway. Let's go back to racing. Let's see who's going to win this crazy mess of a race. They're not even marking the 10 as the leader. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know what is happening. What's happening now? Yeah, I have no clue what is happening with the leaders now. I really don't know. But the 10 should be marked as the leader, and there's a car slow. Oh, 23 spins. More cars spinning. 33's around. That means we have to have another attempt. Yeah, this attempt was going to be, this attempt was really all over the place anyway. With all the cars being scored wrong in something. Yeah, it was going to be bizarre anyway. So they race back to the line. I don't even know who's going to be marked as the leader at this point. I just thought it was the 10 because the 10 was on the front row with Matt Gomes a lap down, but now I don't even know. So, yeah, we had another wreck. That means we have to run another overtime attempt. Yeah, this is a mess. This has become a real mess. It's almost like Mexico and Gateway. Oh my goodness, this season has just been on another level. It's been bizarre all around. But we're going to have to try to sort this out and see who will be leading us to the caution. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're going to be back for the restart here for the 4th time. Would they take the stripe? Oh my goodness. So back for the restart when we come back, and we're going to try to sort this out. Alrighty guys, with the mess that has happened here in overtime, I've decided to take an unprecedented measure of deciding who wins this race. We're going to go back to the results of the first overtime attempt, because I think that was the only overtime attempt that went cleanly. The other 2 I did were just a mess, and I couldn't tell who was the winner and who the leader was and who was not supposed to be in the back of the pack. It really got messy starting in the second overtime with drivers pitting and running out of gas. So I've taken the unprecedented measure of taking the results from the first overtime when they took the caution and putting that as the official results. So this is the finish you're seeing right here from the first overtime, and then the caution came out around here when some of the cars have spun. But this is going to be the official results, as you can see here. Harukin Kolungulu pulls away. He pulls away over Cullen Francis. And then the other overtime attempts you saw were like a complete mess. all over the place. So, well, I've decided to take the results from the first overtime finish and make them the official results of this race. Therefore, Harukin Kalungulu is the winner here in Montreal. So the 10 cars declare the race winner here at this track, at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It was a bizarre race all throughout. I kind of expected to be bizarre, but with overtimes, it just went on another level. It got messy after the first overtime. So here's the final results. And here comes Harukin Kalungulu. He's going to take the checkers, ignore the yellow flag by the flag stand. This is the last lap, hypothetically now. So 10 cars going to win this race, and Harukin Kalungulu is a winner in the PLABT series. Based on the official scoring now, they'll take the finishing order from the first overtime when they took that caution, and they will mark that as the race. That'll be the race right there. Harukin took the caution flag, and now it'll be retroactively the checkered flag. Harukin is your winner. Yeah, that's the final ruling that has been made in this series. Determining the race winner after such bizarre overtime finishes we've had back and forth. So that's the official result. So your race winner is Harukin Kalungulu, and then Cullen France is going to follow him in second. I believe Salmon Oskan will finish third. Zachary Fitzwater will be fourth, and Igor Beretta will be marked fifth. And sixth place, it'll be Clark McKee. Skylar Taylor will be seventh. Van Tracy Battle will be 8th. Alexander Rowe will be 9th. Giovanni Castillo will be ruled 10th. And I'm going to have to figure out the rest of the finishing order from there. So, yeah. Going to have to determine the rest of the finishing order outside the top 10. But don't worry. We'll manage. But anyway, this race has a bizarre ending. I mean, it's just really bizarre. But and the overtimes, it was just all over the place in the second and third overtime. So I had to do something. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this race, and we will see you guys next week for another one. Hopefully it goes much smoother than what had happened in Montreal. We'll be in Iowa next week, back on the oval. So Iowa will be back next week for our next race, and then that'll be the start of the in-season tournament after that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the race, and Harukin Kalungulu is your race winner here at Montreal. I'll have the results at the end of this video. So till next time, we'll see you later.